Hi, I'm Tabor Aiken, Public Information Officer for the Lakeville Fire Department. Welcome to another edition of On Call. The goal of this program is to educate and inform the citizens of Lakeville about how Lakeville's all-volunteer fire department trains and responds to emergencies. Let's take a look at what's coming up on this edition of On Call. I'll meet with Fire Chief Scott Nelson and talk about his retirement. On Ask Tabor, I'll answer a question about hydrant maintenance and flushing hydrants. On Did You Know, we'll talk about the person who's stepping into Fire Chief Scott Nelson's shoes, the new Lakeville Fire Chief. Scratch answers the age-old question, how do we get there from here, and learns how firefighters find the address when they're on a fire call. And then we'll wrap things up with Consumer Safety Checklist. I'm here at Fire Station 1 with Fire Chief Scott Nelson.
Hi, Tabor.
Hi, Scott. This is kind of a little different twist to the table here, because normally our segment, Chief's Corner, you're hosting it. We've turned the tables today, and you're with me, and we're talking all about you because you're retiring. So we're going to spend a couple minutes talking about Fire Chief Scott Nelson and your work in the fire service, and specifically your work in the Lakeville Fire Department. So
okay, well, go ahead and shoot. This is kind of nice to have the pressure off of me for once.
All right. Well, first, let me begin by saying congratulations.
Thank you.
A long service here in Lakeville, and lots of different things that we're going to talk about in just a couple minutes. So let's go back in time a little bit and start off with sort of, you know, I think as little kids, a lot of little kids, when they grow up, they want to be firefighters. You achieved that dream and actually a fire chief. So how did you get started? What was your reasoning for getting into the fire service, and how did you get started in the fire service?
Well, ironically, I was not one of those little kids who grew up wanting to be a firefighter. I actually was in Mankato and had moved to Mankato. I was a single parent with my two young children, and I moved into a new house next to the public safety director. And he had told me about this new program they were starting with volunteer firefighters. And would I like to apply? He thought that I would like to apply. And I thought, yeah, okay, I don't want to do this. And, but I saw it as a way to get money, or set aside money for my children's college education, because there were some stipends that were paid. And I thought, well, okay, I'll go and check and see what this is all about. So I went and I took the test, passed it, but I remember distinctly at that test, what happened is they said, well, mark this box if you want to do the full-time test. It was the same test, but if you were interested in full-time or volunteer work. And there's no way I was going to sign that thing, you know, saying that I wanted to be a full-time firefighter. I'm just doing this to get some money for my kids' college education. Well, long story short, I got on as one of the first group of volunteer firefighters in Mankato, fell in love with it, and 2.5 years later took the test again, because it was every 2 years with the Public Service Commission, and actually became the first volunteer that moved into being a full-time firefighter, because I loved it so much. And I was a food salesman before that, and actually even took a cut and pay to become a firefighter, and it's just not a job, it's become a calling.
Sure, so. Absolutely. So then, where were you before you became the fire chief in Lakeville? Where were you working there?
Well, I transitioned and worked through my apprenticeship and training, and became a training commander in Mankato. And at that time, I was able to secure another position in Red Wing, Minnesota, as the director of the fire and ambulance service. And I saw that as a unique challenge. Plus, I loved the area. Spent 6 years there. And when the job opened up, bigger department and a fire chief job, if you will, that attracted me, and I came over here and was successful in getting the job, and I'm very proud and humbled to be the very first full-time fire chief for this wonderful department.
Great. How many years has it been that you've been here in Lakeville?
You're not supposed to ask those kind of personal questions.
Oh, I'm sorry.
22 years. Fire service, and it's over 6 years here in Lakeville.
Okay, congratulations again.
Thank you.
So as you think about the Lakeville Fire Department, as you found it when you got here, and how it was functioning, and how it's changed since, during your tenure, what are some things that you think about that have evolved over time within the Lakeville Fire Department?
I think perhaps the most important thing is the people. The people have evolved. Certainly we have good equipment, and we have vehicle replacement plan. We have spare gear now, which we didn't have when I got here. The trucks are, I think, better maintained simply because we put them on the schedule. But I would say simply, and my goal has been to try to get the people up and running, if you will, or changing their culture. And I will tell you, I think in the 6 years we've been here, we've been able to empower a lot of our officers to run fire scenes and to have a better hierarchy in place where we have our officers and trainers. And some of the successes there is we did our very own firefighter recruit class, and out of that class we taught it ourselves. They took the state certification test and they all passed with flying colors. And we're real proud of that. And we must be doing something right, because out of our last class of 17 people, we still have 16 on board after 2.5 years. So wanted to work with the people, make them proud again of their department, and proud to serve the community.
Great.
And hopefully we've succeeded in some of that.
Well, I think you definitely have. As a black hat, as we affectionately call ourselves, I can speak that we're very proud to do this work. So let's talk a little bit more. Let's build off that. Let's talk about some other accomplishments that that you get to take credit for, things that have happened within the department. You talked about the training class that we ran in-house and did all our own certification, and then had 100% passage rate on the state test. How about some other things that have taken place? I know there's a big red thing sitting over there that's came under your tenure here, and other pieces of equipment. Talk about some of those. We
were able to secure a lot of grants. As you know, during my tenure here, we transitioned to a different radio system with the dispatch center, and that meant getting grants for new radios, which we were successful in writing a grant for almost $250,000. We have a beautiful brand new aerial apparatus, which we used and really complements our fleet. And what's really neat is the firefighters themselves are engaging in purchasing that and understanding how to do the specs. And it's that pride and ownership thing that we always strive for, and not just fire departments, but anywhere. If we can have pride in what we do and ownership in it, we're going to be successful.
Okay.
Some of the other things that we've done outside of the fire department per se is, we helped out at the Boundary Waters. We sent an engine company within 4 hours. We had an engine company going up to Duluth because they needed help with the wildland fires up there. The Katrina relief effort that we had a community get together and become involved in helping out Hancock County, Mississippi, where that was one of the hardest hit areas, where we all pooled together in our resources and worked together as not just as a department, but as a community to make that happen. Those are the successes that are dear to my heart, if you will.
Sure.
Being the leader of those initiatives are one thing, but it wasn't me. It was the people that all participated, and we're all the winners in that.
Great. We're going to do 2 more questions, and we're going to talk a little bit about looking forward now with 2 questions. So the first one is about the department, and then the second one's about you. So as we think about the department and looking forward, obviously a new fire chief will come in, and that person's going to have to continue to direct the department and run the department. What do you think some of the work that's waiting for that person is, or some of the upcoming challenges that person gets to tackle when they get on board?
I would like to think that in my tenure here, what we've done is we've set the foundation.
Okay.
We've set a good, firm foundation for the department to continue to grow and become more professional, more proficient, and to set that direction in that manner. The fire service is changing so fast and so rapidly, and we're talking about things like shared services and leading that kind of a charge and being a champion of sharing more with other departments. Not that we don't do it already, but looking at different ways that we can be more efficient and serve the community better.
Right.
That'll be the challenge of the new chief. The other challenge will be to try to keep the firefighters, the members of this department, engaged.
Okay.
With all the pulls and tugs with the economy and community and jobs, it gets more and more difficult to be a volunteer, frankly. And hopefully the new chief will respect that and look for maybe new and different ways to keep the firefighters engaged. And I think that in my mind, are the things that new chiefs will need to focus on.
Great. Well, those sound like some good challenges for that individual. So then the next question are challenges for you. So you retire here, you say goodbye, you live in the area. What's next? What's next for Scott Nelson?
Well, I'm going to continue to live in the area for at least 3 more years.
Okay.
There's a Jimmy Buffett song called Boats to Build off of his License to Chill album, and listen to it sometime. It's time for a change and time to go build boats and let the sails sing. And so I'm going to do a little bit of that.
Okay.
I restore boats. I will be teaching. Part of my personal commitment to the fire service has always been to try to give back. And when I was at the fire academy several years ago, the administrator there says, our job is to make sure that we give back to the community and the fire service community. And so I will be teaching through Hennepin Tech, Fire Officer Series classes and whatever else they want me to do. So I'll be doing a little bit of that and seeing what comes along.
Sure.
I really don't know, but it's kind of a unique feeling. It's a little unsettling.
Yeah,
but for the most part, I can look back and be very proud of what I've done and know that moving forward, I'm going to be giving back a little bit more than what I have been.
Great. Well, little trip down memory lane, so hopefully this wasn't too painful for you.
It was fun.
And took a little pressure off you. So I'll close by saying, again, congratulations, and thank you for your years of service to the Lakeville Fire Department on behalf of all the firefighters, but also, I serve as the Public Information Officer on behalf of the public. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Taylor.
Congratulations, Chief.
Appreciate it.
Would you do this in your home? How about this? And you certainly wouldn't do this. Then why would you do this? Careless smoking is the #1 cause of fire fatalities. You can protect your family and your home from fire. Visit GetYourButtOutside.com. Brought to you by the Minnesota State Fire Chiefs Association and the Minnesota Fair Plan.
Did you know that Mike Meyer has been named as the new Lakeville Fire Chief? He has been a Lakeville firefighter since 1995 and has been the Assistant Chief since 2005. Meyer was recently employed by the Metropolitan Airports Commission Airport Fire Department, where he served as a fire captain and EMT. He was selected from a talented group of 45 applicants and comes into the position with extensive experience in fire and emergency medical operations. Meyer is currently serving as the interim fire chief and will assume his full-time duties in early August.
And now it's time for you, the viewer, to ask a question, where you have the chance to win a t-shirt in another exciting edition of Ask Tabor.
I have an email from Julie in Lakeville. Julie says, "Dear Tabor, I noticed a City of Lakeville employee running water out of a nearby hydrant, and I'm wondering what's going on." Well, Julie, what you're probably seeing is that the City of Lakeville employees, Public Works employees specifically, are flushing the hydrant. And firefighters will flush the hydrant before we use it to connect it to a truck. What they're doing is opening up the hydrant and running water up through the hydrant to flush out any dirt or debris in there. In the case of a firefighter, we're doing it so we don't send that debris into the fire truck and cause problems. In the case of the Public Works employee, they're flushing it out and doing an inspection of the hydrant to make sure that everything's in order. And when a firefighter gets there, they're not going to run into problems, or at least the chance of them running into problems is less. So they're flushing that, and when they're doing the flushing, they're looking for problems and then repairing those problems. So they're doing an ongoing inspection, attempting to identify any problems that are there, and then repairing those problems. There's 2 separate crews doing the work. There's individuals going out and flushing the hydrant, again, doing that inspection, looking for problems, and then a separate crew that's coming back later on and doing the repair. And they're really not sure what they're getting into. That could be a pretty extensive repair, an entire hydrant, or it could be simply a piece that has to be replaced or repaired. So it all depends on what the problem is and what they run into. Hopefully this helps. Thanks for your question. We've got a t-shirt headed your way, and encourage other viewers to send us their questions so we can send you a Lakeville Fire Department t-shirt.
And now it's time for Hank and Ed. Today's story, how to save water.
I like to keep the water running whilst I brush my teeth.
No! Always turn your water off when you brush your teeth.
Oh. I enjoy keeping the hose running when I'm washing and drying my car.
No! You should use the hose only for rinsing.
Best of all, I like to run the tap till the water runs cold.
No! Just keep a pitcher of water in the refrigerator, you pig.
Don't be a water hog. Use water wisely.
Big turn. Oh, here we go. Hey, everyone, it's me, Scratch the Fire Dog. Cause hey, I like to scratch out at the fires. And hey, I'm cruising in my Ford vehicle. Hey, just cruising around going to one of my friend's house. And you know what? For some reason, I can't remember where he lives. So I've been driving around for, like 2 days. Not really. But hey, I was driving around and then I all of a sudden started to think, hey, how do my buddies at the fire department know how to find the house when they get the fire call and they leave the fire station? How do they know where to go to where the fire is? Huh? So you know what? Hey, I thought I'd give my good friend Jay O'Connell a call, but he's probably still there shining up that goofy bell. So I don't want to talk to him this month. Let's head down to the fire station and see if there's someone besides Jay who can help me discover how the firefighters know how to get to the fire from the fire station. Hey, let's go. Here we go. Oh, stop sign up here. And I got to properly make sure I signal my turn. And hey, here we are, going to turn into the fire station. Oh, I better get on here on the wheel. Oh, almost missed it. Hey, I am now here at fire station number 1, where I am joined by firefighter Jeff. How you doing today, firefighter Jeff?
Very well, Scratch. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. And have you ever talked to a fire dog before?
No, first time.
Yeah, and I like your shirt there.
Thank you very much.
I got a cool one too. See, it says LFD on the back.
It's a great outfit you have. Great outfit.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yep.
I got it for free.
Yeah, me too.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you actually have to work for it. I just stand in front of the camera and be a real dog and ask goofy questions. Hey, Jeff, I got to tell you, I was driving around Lakeville, and all of a sudden, it came to me. How do the firefighters know how to get to the fire? I mean, do they just look for the smoke?
No, that's a really good question, Scratch. Basically what happens is when our pager goes off, there is an address over the pager system that tells us the address of where we need to respond to. When we come down to the fire station, we do go to our maps and map it out where we need to go.
Wait a minute. You use a map? Don't you use new technology, GPS, apps, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, great question. We're working on that right now, but right now we're kind of old school, so we're just go by the maps.
Hey, well, old school is good school. Hey, could you show me, if there was a fire someplace, how you'd find it on the map?
Absolutely. Let's go inside and we'll take a look.
Let's head inside. Here we go, folks. Oh, my, look at that. There's lines, there's numbers, there's letters. I've never seen anything like this before. Firefighter Jeff, what is this that we're looking at?
Well, this is our map of Lakeville, Scratch.
Wow.
Basically, when we come in, we'll grab our sheet of paper off the printer here, and it will tell us an address where we need to respond to, okay? This map is very big. Lakeville is obviously a very big city, but don't let this intimidate you. It's pretty simple. You've got numbers on the side and running north to south, and you got east to west numbers. For example, if you're looking for Holyoke Avenue, we all know that Holyoke Avenue runs north and south. Yeah. If the address comes as 20800, we're going to find Holyoke Avenue, and then we're going to come over here and find the 208. Well, there's 205, there's 210. So somewhere in between, we're going to go straight across and find where we need to go, which is right there, 208th and Holyoke. So it's a pretty simple map. Another nice thing about Lakeville is that the streets are in alphabetical order.
What does that mean?
That's pretty simple. Basically, they start with the K's over here and they go all the way over and end with about the E's.
You're kidding. What
No,
genius did that?
I can't answer that. It's long before I was around.
Probably some crazy dog.
Yeah.
Hey, what if there's a road construction?
Road construction,
Yeah.
generally we kind of know if it's major construction, the chief will send out an email so that we have different routes. We're pretty aware of stuff like that.
Oh, cool. Well, you know what, firefighter Jeff? There is an address that I would love to go to. Do you think if I give you that address, you could help me get there?
Sure can, yep.
All right, well, let's hop in the car and let's see if we can get there.
All right, sounds good.
Hey, firefighter Jeff, where are all these purple latex gloves in the back? Okay, firefighter Jeff, we are in the vehicle, and I've got my map. I've got you, so we better take a left here.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Okay, one more left and we will be there. Firefighter Jeff, I'm so excited.
Yeah, me too. Can't wait to see what's in store.
Yeah. Oh, and there it is on the left. There is our destination. The Dairy Delight. Oh, are you treating, Firefighter Jeff?
I am treating. I'm buying for whoever's here.
Oh, that'd be me.
All right.
Hey, thanks a lot for your help today, Firefighter Jeff.
Thank you for having me.
You bet. And hey, everyone, this is a Scratch the Fire Dog, and we'll see you next time on another edition of Scratch the Fire Dog, because I like to scratch out the fires. Hey, I want to get a double, triple Sunday with lots of extra.
Hoover Incorporated of Glen Willow, Ohio, announces the recall of about 108,000 Hoover Wind Tunnel T-Series bagless upright vacuum cleaners with cord rewind feature. The power cord is not properly routed or securely seated in the cord rewind assembly, allowing the power cord to be pulled loose. This poses fire and shock hazards. These vacuums were sold at mass merchandisers, department stores, and independent vacuum retailers nationwide and online from August 2009 through May 2010 for between $100 and $160. Consumers should immediately stop using the recalled vacuum cleaners and contact Hoover for a free repair. You can contact Hoover toll-free at 888-891-2054 or visit the firm's website at www.hoover.com/T-Series Rewind Recall. Walmart Stores Incorporated of Bentonville, Arkansas, announces the recall of about 900,000 General Electric branded 12-cup digital coffee makers. The coffee maker can overheat, posing a fire and burn hazard to consumers. These coffee makers were sold exclusively at Walmart stores nationwide from March 2008 through January 2010 for about $30. Consumers should immediately stop using the recalled coffee makers and return the product to any Walmart for a full refund. For more information, you can contact Walmart at 800-925-6278 or visit the firm's website at www.walmart.com. Hewlett-Packard Company of Palo Alto, California announces the recall of about 54,000 lithium-ion batteries used in Hewlett-Packard and compact notebook computers. This is in addition to the 70,000 units that were previously recalled in May 2009. The recalled lithium-ion batteries can overheat, posing a fire and burn hazard to consumers. These batteries were sold at computer and electronic stores nationwide, HP.com, and HPShopping.com from August 2007 through July 2008 for between $500 and $3,000. The battery packs were also sold separately for between $100 and $160. Consumers should immediately remove the batteries from their notebook computer and contact HP to determine if their battery is included in this recall. For more information on this recall, you can visit the HP Battery Replacement Program website at www.hp.com/support/battery replacement or call 888-202-4320. Maytag Corporation of Newton, Iowa announces the recall of about 1.7 million dishwashers. An electrical failure in the dishwasher's heating element can pose a serious fire hazard. The recall includes Maytag, Amana, Genair, Admiral, Magic Chef, Performa by Maytag, and Crossley brand dishwashers with plastic tubs. These dishwashers were sold at department and appliance stores and by home builders nationwide from February 2006 through April 2010 for between $250 and $900. Consumers should immediately stop using the recalled dishwashers and contact Maytag to verify if their dishwasher is included in the recall. You can contact Maytag at 800-544-5513 or visit the firm's website at www.repair.maytag.com.
Thanks for joining us for this edition of On Call. If you have questions, comments, an idea for a show, please feel free to give us a call at 952-985-4700 or use the email address on the bottom of your screen and send me an email. Thanks for joining us. All fire units are clear.
This is your fire hazard makeover! Let's go!
Dan, do you know these people?
Did you know most fire casualties happen at home? Let's check it out!
Clean up debris outside to prevent accidental fire as well as arson.
Clean up around your water heater. Dryer lint catches fire very easily.
Store flammables in safety-approved containers, up and out of the reach of children.
And cleaning up cluttered workspaces helps prevent fires.
Don't overload outlets. Use a power strip if needed. Your home has just had the fire hazard makeover.
Here's your check it out checklist.
Now you can do this too.
Check it out!